Let's get March bumping with more cars. We got Orlando Speed World Dragway, more drag race events coming up soon. I've been to Orlando Speed World or OSW multiple times, but if you're new to both, let me explain. I am a car and train videographer, and to view my cars, I mainly go to Orlando Speed World. What OSW has to feature is a working, timed quarter-mile drag strip that with slick roads alongside drift tracks where cars drift around different corners as if it's a racetrack. No joke, some cars can be so powerful on slick strips that their car tires literally wrinkle on launch. There are some cars that literally wheelie like a motorcycle because their front end flies like paper just because of the sheer power that the rear wheels can provide. And some cars don't even make it out alive. So much power is produced to the rear tire and so much traction is being given that there is no other option but for the front end to lift up like an airplane taking off. Shit, not every bird needs wings. And every single video that you are seeing about these cars wheeling off the ground like a motorcycle or a plane taking off, they are all Hemi V8s. And they are all slick tire strips and they are all on slick drag strips. And that is everything we will be seeing today. Slick drag tires, glue-like surface, and a strong American Hemi V8 engine, providing 1,000 wheel horsepower to the rears, making monster trucks look like lame toy trucks. The outcome might not always be the same, however. Wheeling in a drag car is not the safest thing in the world. It is, however, one of the coolest things you'll ever see a car do, wheeling like a quad bike, but at the same time it is highly dangerous, and you need to know what you're doing outside your window. But this is American muscle at its finest, and you will be seeing it all today at Orlando Speed World. before this next race, I'd like to give some backstory. Not that it really matters, but I thought it'd be pretty cool because I saw this same guy. So before the drag race event, I decided to go inside and just look at some cars because they were drag tuned, and I wanted to see them because some of them had their hoodies up. I noticed that a Demon 170 had his hood up and was available to look at with drag slicks on. I made like my pops and I got some videos because the Demon 170 is the fastest factory road legal car mankind has ever had to offer, and it's the fastest accelerating car to ever exist that's also road legal. It just got done with a drag strip race, so the owner put ice packs on the engine to cool it down. Just like what Red Keelan said with his Demon 170 Charger, you can literally roast your fucking marshmallows on those things if you push it to its fullest.
You can literally roast your fucking marshmallows on here.
But the ice was literally melting and dripping on the engine, so I didn't want to know how hot it was. If you don't want to pay for a stove, just buy a Demon 170 and drag race it one time. But here's one confirmed fact about Dodge Demons that are extremely cool. Dodge launched them 5,000 times without a single error. How cool is that? And also, everyone calls these boats and really heavy, and guess what? Yet they're still the fastest accelerating road legal car in history. So, you know what? Dodge fully deserves the point on that one. These fucking things are 4,000 pounds, 2 tons, and yet still one of the fastest accelerating cars to ever exist. And it's somehow road legal. But anyways, we're going to get to the point. The owner of this 170 takes the ice bags off so he can take it on the quarter mile. Expect to see this same photo up for poster making in my Shopify photography business. But let's take a look at the savage beating heart of the fastest accelerating road car in history. I got quick pictures of that black exclusive supercharger on the top, 3 liters in size, and 6.2 liter Hemi on the bottom. He closed the lid, he's about to start the car and take it onto the drag strip. I shook his hand and said good luck. This 170 is going to the back of the queue to participate in the quarter mile competition, but he later shows up and I see him, and I get a specific video on him. Let's go see it.
Nigga, what?